Lord, true source of light and wisdom, give us a keen sense of understanding, a retentive memory, and the capacity to grasp things correctly. Grant us the grace to be accurate in our expositions, and the skill to express ourselves with thoroughness and clarity. Be with us at the start of our work and study. Guide its progress and bring it to its completion. Grant this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Ten, nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Magpalang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako si Paulo Luna ng Grade 6 Dignity. Sa aming unang markahan, kami ay natasang tumulong na maipalaganap ang kahalagahan ng pangangalaga sa ating inang kalikasan. Kami ay sumulat ng maikling kwento at ginawan namin ito ng comic strip. Ang comic strip na ginawa ko ay may pamagat ng ating kalikasan ay huwag saktan. Ito ay tungkol sa tatlong magkaibigan na sina Kalabaw, Maya at Tulingan. Ang kwentong ginawa ko ay umiikot sa kalapastangan ng ginawa ng tao sa kalikasan at ang naging ganti nito sa tao, upang ipabatid sa lahat na ang kalikasan ay mapagbigay, ngunit marunong din itong gumanti sa anumang kalapastangan ng ginawa sa kanya ng tao. Mula sa gawain ito, natutunan ko na dapat panghalagahan at alagaan natin ang kalikasan dahil gawa ito ng Diyos at maraming nakikinabang dito. Kapag sinira natin ito, Maraming hayop ang maapektuhan at pwede din tayong maparusahan. Ang kalikasan ay regalo sa atin ng Poong May Kapal upang mapagkunan natin ng ating mga pangkabuhayan. Kapag patuloy tayong magiging makasarili, ang lahat ng ito ay pwedeng mawala. Namumuhay tayo sa mundo kasama ang mga hayop at ang mga puno at halaman. Hindi tayong nagmamay-ari nito. Ginawa tayong tagapangalaga ng Diyos ng kalikasan at hindi dapat natin itong lapas ng angin o sirain. Natutunan ko din na pwede kong gamitin ang mga talento na ibinigay sa akin ng Diyos upang hilatid ang aking adhikain sa pangangalaga at pagbibigay halaga sa ating kalikasan. Maraming salamat po.
Sa mga pag-unlad at malayo-layo na rin ang ating narating.
Good day, everyone. I am Joseph Gita Rosa from Senior Kinder Charity. During the second quarter, we are tasked to perform Little Seed in order to show our capability to do Aqualpeta. What I did was to recite a short poem in front the class. From this performance task, I learned the core value of joy and steward of God's creations. I now understand that plant needs love and care for it to grow. A little seed for me to sow, a little earth to help it grow, a little sun, a little shower, a little wild, and then a flower.
Good day, everyone. I am Agent Carlos D. Parr from Grade 4 Fortitude. During the first quarter, we were tasked in Computer 4 to create our brochure of the important and new features of Microsoft Word and Excel and made it in Microsoft Publisher 2016. In order to showcase our talent in creating our own ideas and design, what we can come up in making a brochure. What I did was researching first through Google the features of the Microsoft Word and Excel 2016 and get more short information and picture to support my design. I put them all together in a back-to-back brochure. I came up adjusting the shapes of the picture, putting a little effect to make it look more beautiful. From this performance task, I learned the core value of originality and hard work. I now understand that there are more ways we can create and put our ideas together to show our talent even in just a small piece of paper. All we need is to think and gather what is in our mind, research and then create it to turn these ideas into reality. Designing Express and represents what we want and also reflects our personality. Don't be afraid to show and come up your design, whether it is simple or extravagant. As long as it is your original work and you put your hard work in it. Thank you. Goodbye.
Magandang araw sa lahat. Ako si Jeffrey Tingge mula sa Baitang 11 Independent. Nakaraang ikalawang markahan ay naatasan kami sa Pilipino, komunikasyon at pananaliksik na magsagawa ng isang pagganap bilang isang magaling na mamahayag o reporter upang ipaalam sa tagapagpakinig lalo na sa mga akwainan tungkol sa kaugnayan ng paksa at mahikayat bilang gumawa ng tamang hakbang. Ang aking ginawa ay nagulat tungkol sa pagtanggal ng prangkisa o pagsasara ng ABS-CBN. Mula sa performance na iyon, natutuhan kong magpahalaga sa aking angking kakayahan at magtiwala sa sarili. Ngayon ko naunawaan na bilang isang akwainan ay maraming paraan upang maiwasan ang pagiging mahiyain basta't nais mong mawasto at mahikayat ang sinumang maging positibo. Kailangang sanayin nating maging masinop sa pag-aaral at tapat sa mga nakataas na mga gawain. Nang dahil dito, tagumpay ay makakamtan. Maraming salamat po. Magandang araw, Pilipinas. Maynila, malaki ang epektong nakikita sa industriya ng advertising sa pagginto ng broadcast operation ng ABS-CBN Corporation, sabi ng dating chairman ng dalawang samahan ng advertisers sa bansa. Maraming kumpanya sa industriya ng advertising ang nagpapanik ngayon kung paano maaabot ang kanilang target consumer market, sabi ni Dan Villa. Bukod sa kawalan ng hanap buhay ng 11,000 na empleyado ng ABS-CBN, damay din ang marketing at advertising industry sa pagsasara ng network. Ang pagsasara sa network sa panahon ito ay isang dagok para sa mga Pilipinong tanging ang ABS-CBN ang pinanggagalingan ng impormasyon lalo na't hinggil sa COVID-19. Ayuda mula sa kaalaman para malampasan nila ang peligrong nagpapahirap di lamang sa ating bansa kundi maging sa buong mundo. Sa pagsasara ng ABS-CBN, maraming mga kababayan natin ang nawalan ng mga trabaho at abot kamay at madaling mapagkukunan ng impormasyon. At ito ay taliwas sa pagkilala sa kanilang karapatang kumalap ng mahalagang impormasyon. Bukod dito, libu-libong mga empleyado ang nawalan ng trabaho pinagkukunan ng kanilang pangangailangan. Mahalaga sa panahon ito ng COVID-19 ang trabaho upang mapalagaan ang kalusugan. Yun lamang po. Balik sa'yo.
Good day everyone, I am Bernard Baclig and my pair is Victor Tablay from grade 11 St. Raymond. During the first quarter of the academic year, we were tasked in our pre-calculus class to create an art that showcased the beauty of mathematics, specifically by using equations of conic sections to construct fictional characters. We chose Nezuko, a character from Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer, as the subject of our work. We then started to graph it using Desmos, a graphic calculator that can be accessed online. Little by little, we went on from typing each equation to create the image, then proceeded to add aesthetics by coloring it using Photoshop. From this performance task, I learned how much mathematics and arts could be easily integrated to create a masterpiece worth viewing by the eye. As we did our task to the best of our abilities, we enjoyed every process as we add life to the work by using nothing else but equations. I further appreciated how closely interrelated mathematics and art is. I surely learned that mathematics is indeed more than just numbers. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. grade 1 Justice. During the celebration of science and mathematics, we have this task called Dress Up Like a Scientist, which aims to develop us holistically by sharing knowledge about the roles of a scientist in a society. What I did was a blue solution with Gatorade powder and water. For this beta, I learned the core values of agent of social transformation. I now understand how scientists work and how they have our society. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Bye. Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Paulo X.C. Gatchalian. I'm going to show you what a scientist looks like. Scientists wear gowns, goggles, masks, gloves to protect themselves from harm while doing their experiments. Someday, I want to become a scientist because I love doing experiments. Today, I will be showing you a simple experiment on making a simple solution. Let's go to my lab. So we have this container filled with water or solvent. Next we have a blue powder or solute. Next we will combine them together. Stir a little with your stirring rod. Okay. After that, tada! Now we have a blue solution. Yeah! I salute all scientists in the world. Someday, as a scientist, I want to make a vaccine or medicine for the coronavirus. If the virus is defeated, we can go out anytime we want and all the people in the world will be happy and healthy. Thank you. Bye. See you next week.
Good day, everyone. I am Johan Lapis of Grade 2 Kindness. During the celebration of Science and Mathematics Week 2020, we have this task: dress up as a scientist, which aims to develop us holistically by sharing knowledge about the roles of scientists. In our society, what I did was Louis Pasteur. He was a French chemist and microbiologist whose work changed medicine. He developed vaccines for rabies. He created the process of pasteurization. From this performance task, I learned the core value of agent social transformation. I now understand how scientists work and how they help our society. Thank you. Goodbye.
Pasteurization process in which packaged and non-packaged food, such as milk and fruit juice, are treated with mild heat, usually to less than 100 degrees Celsius, to eliminate pathogens and extend shelf life.
Then I focus on animal facts.
When I was a kid, I saw a young boy got bitten by a wolf. The only cure we have then was to burn the deep veins with the use of blacksmith red hot iron. The disease was called rabies. When I was an adult, I never forgot what happened to that boy. So, I was determined to find the cure for rabies. After a long trial, I found the cure. I have done many things. I just showed you two, and the rest will follow. Showing it again. Bye. Young men live in a serene peace of laboratories and libraries. Say yourselves first, what have I done for my instruction? And as you gradually advance, what have I done for my country?
Good day everyone, I'm Lance Gonzalez from Grade 9 San Francisco. During the second quarter, we were tasked in English to make a narrative report that portrays a particular real-life issue concerning our society in order to inform the audience about said issue. What I did was I first thought of a relevant issue. In this case, I chose police brutality and the deadly extrajudicial killings that unfortunately still happen in our country. Then, I gathered different articles from different credible news sites and used them as sources of information. Then, I curated them in one PowerPoint presentation, following the format of a narrative report, all while being supported by factual information, of course. I also designed the PowerPoint presentation to fit the dark mood of the issue. And at the end of the presentation, I gave some recommendations on how we can avoid these things from happening once again in our country. From this performance task, I learned the core value of truth, justice, and compassion. I now understand that it is very important that we should be factual and precise when it comes to reporting information to others, and also that we should be aware of the issues that are around us, and hopefully we could do something to change them.
Good day everyone, I'm Joaquim Isaiah Bandang from Grade 2 Kindness. During second quarter, we were tasked in English and Computer to design a book cover using Microsoft Paint in order to encourage others to read books. What I did was draw my book cover entitled The Legendary Book using MS Paint and write how I can make reading interesting for everyone. Also for them to know the benefits of reading.
For this performance task, I learned the core value of academic competence. I now understand that reading makes us powerful and brilliant. It helps us become knowledgeable about almost everything. It gives us answers to questions. Reading teaches children about the world around them. We learn about people, places, and events that we do not know. It improves our vocabulary and language skills. It helps us become effective in writing and speaking. Reading exercises our brain. It strengthens brain connections and builds new connections. It develops our imaginations too. It brings knowledge to our everyday play. Most of all, reading is fun. We will never get bored in reading. So come on, friends and classmates, let us keep on reading. Thank you, everyone. Always stay safe. God bless.
Good day, everyone. I am James Miguel D. De La Cruz of Grade 1 Justice. During the celebration of the Science and Mathematics Week 2020, we have this task. Dress up as a scientist, which aims to develop us holistically by sharing knowledge about the roles of scientists in our society. What I did, I was dressed as Wilhelm Röntgen. He invented the X-ray. I show how he discovered the X-ray through his wife's hands. From the performance task, I learned the core value of agent social transformation. I now understand how scientists works and how they help our society. Thank you. You know who invented an X-ray? Röntgen created an X-ray. Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen, born on March 27, 1845. Lenik, Risa, Germany. He is a physicist who was a recipient for the first Nobel Prize for Physics in 1901 for his discovery of X-rays. Hi, I'm Wilhelm Röntgen. I invented a X-ray. This is how I invented an X-ray. In 1895, while experimenting with electric current flow, particularly evacuate glass tube, Röntgen observed that a nearby piece of barium gave off light when the tube was in operation. He theorized that some unknown radiation that was formed that traveled across the room. He struck the terminal and caused the fluorescence. He took the first X-ray photographs, interiors of metal objects of the bones in his wife's hands. This is example of an X-ray. X-rays are powerful waves of energy. X-rays can show images or pictures of the inside an object.
Good day, everyone. I'm Heinrich Matthew S. Vasquez from Grade 4 Fortitude. During the first quarter, we were tasked in Christian living to make a vlog about the connection of freedom and grace, and also the difference between theological and cardinal virtues, in order to educate my fellow Kenyans on how to develop the conscience and personality of everyone. What I did was make a video to give some advices and enlightenment. From this performance task, I have learned the core value of truth, joy, justice, and compassion. I now understand that God is always there to forgive us no matter what we do. I learned to believe and trust in God even though I do not see Him. Every imperfection we commit is covered. Every sin is forgiven. God's love is unconditional. So be the best version of you. Thank you. Hi everyone, this is Henry and welcome to my vlog. Today I'm going to share is all about the connection of freedom and grace. When we say freedom, it is the privilege or right to act, speak, or think as one desires without opposing. But we must use this freedom responsibly. God's grace is the foundation of our freedom, a precise gift made available in our everyday life. Every imperfection we commit is covered. Every sin is forgiven. And my anticipation is that as we center our hearts and minds around God's grace, that His forgiveness and mercy open a pathway to genuine freedom for us today. Theological virtues have faith, hope, and love, while cardinal virtues have prudence, justice, temperance, and fortitude. In these virtues, I learned to trust in God even though we don't see Him. Never surrender in every battle. Learn to do good and learn how to develop self-control and have self-discipline. And as a student, I extremely believe that we must practice all these kinds of virtues. I am certain that we can bring joy to God's heart if we perform these virtues in our lives. That's all for today, guys. Thank you and see you on my next vlog. Bye!
Good day everyone, I'm Kanji Reyes of Grade 12 St. Valentine. During the first semester in theology, we were tasked to create a 1-minute TikTok video presentation about promoting justice and peace in our homes, to the community, to the country, and to the world. So what I did was, I created a short skit that revolved around the song We Are the World. We all know that song that was played almost every single day back in 2010 and was sang by Michael Jackson. The song has a beautiful meaning to it because at the end of the day, we are all humans and we should always be helping one another and loving one another because it's for the better future, for the next generations, and for a great change. And the values that I learned is truth and justice, and truth because we are all born humans, and no matter where you're from, who you are, and what color your skin is, we are all equal. And justice because we should always be equal with one another, that we should always get the same respect and give respect to everyone we know. And now I understand that We Are the World is such a universal song because it's still famous now and back then, and it will never be forgotten because how much it's changed the world. And that was sang by many, many artists. And that song was made for the world, and especially a charity donation for Africa. So that's about it. Thank you for listening. Bye.
We are the
everyone. I'm Aldrich Vance Baroga from grade 8 St. John. During the first quarter, one of the tasks assigned to us in our English subject was to write our first academic essay. The purpose of that essay was to inform readers, particularly Kenyans, about relevant topics and eventually motivate them to do concrete actions. I decided to write about plagiarism, its definition, and ways of preventing it. Some of the strategies to avoid plagiarism are correct referencing, in-text citations, and use of research skills like quoting, summarizing, and paraphrasing. From this performance task, I have learned the core values of justice and truth. I now understand that there are possible ways to prevent oneself from merely copying and pasting works, which is an academic crime. If we really wish to inform people correctly and influence them positively, we should develop our writing skills, always practice diligence in studies, and demonstrate honesty in our work. By doing these, the fruit of our labor will be success. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Austin Castañeda from grade 11 St. Raymond. During the first quarter, we were tasked in philosophy to make an original 1-minute TikTok video that promotes justice and peace in the country and in the world. What I did was create a short speech that made reference to John Lennon's song, Imagine, and explain how everything is possible. From this performance task, I learned the core value of justice. I now understand that social media can be used as a means to promote great things like justice and peace. In a similar way, my own speech taught me that imagination can become a reality with the right thinking. Our imagination of a just and peaceful society can become true as long as we all work together. Thank you.
Sure, justice and peace cannot be achieved easily. There will always be struggles and temptations, a tall wall that will block our path. But I say, we climb this wall. If you can't climb it, we can break through it. We can make a door, or we can carve a hole underneath, because there will always be a way no matter what. The word impossible begins with an I and an M. If you split those two apart, it becomes I'm possible. I'm possible to make a difference and return peace to the world. If you keep on imagining just like John Lennon did, if you keep on dreaming and believing that the world can become at peace again, then our imagination will become reality.
Good day, everyone. I am Jacob B. Cueva from Grade 5 Council. During the second quarter, we were tasked in English to capture photos that speak about some of the pressing issues that the world and our country are facing nowadays. We are also to examine and give our fair judgment and description of the photos that we took in order to be able to come up with a fair judgment on a certain issue through a creative and reflective photo essay. What I did was write about the non-compliance of social distancing in our community by explaining the laws of social distancing and by giving examples of citizens who keep on disobeying these laws. From this performance task, I learned the core value of love for our country because I learned about social distancing laws that can maintain the safety of the people of this country. I now understand that although cities around the world produce these laws, citizens will make excuses and disobey these laws. And because of this, the police will get mad at them constantly. And then they'll get annoyed by the police, even though that's their fault. And that this cycle will repeat and repeat and repeat. If we want them to socially distance themselves from others, we must take a different approach other than sending policemen to guard the streets. We can tell them that this will allow us to stay healthy and stronger in other options. If we do this, they may probably consider socially distancing themselves from others. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I'm Lucas Ferry from Grade 5 Council. During the second quarter, we are tasked in math to make a family budget plan in order to see how much money our family spend and save per week. What I did was a family budget plan with a menu plan and grocery shopping list with prices and quantities. From this performance task, I learned the core value of academic competence. I now understand that how important to make a family budget plan and to be responsible in spending and saving money. Thank you.
Hi, this is Lucas Nathan Ferry, and my group mates are Sean Justin Cabobos, Zachary Enriquez, and Isaiah Parcare. Today, I'm gonna show you our family budget plan. The situation is, as a good son, we will share our family's financial worries during this pandemic. We will help our family by creating our family's budget plan for the week. This is our budget plan for 1 week. Complete meals from breakfast to dinner. So the estimated cost prices in total is 11,890. But the actual cost prices in total is 9,030, which is good. Now, this is our grocery or market budget plan. We have one of the biggest savings in here, which is beef and fish. The estimated cost price of beef is 1,500. The actual cost price of it is 1,035. The estimated cost price of fish is 1,000, but the actual cost price is 680. Now, we have items here are less than 500 or 100. Like salt. The estimated cost price of salt is 50, but the actual cost price is 24.5. The pepper, so the estimated cost price is 100, but the actual cost price is 69.95. Now, we have to answer these 4 questions. Question 1. Why do you think you need to create a menu plan? Our summarized answer is we need to create a menu plan to help us be healthier, keeps from throwing away food, and stress-free. Question 2. Why do you think you need to create a grocery or market list when buying goods? Our summarized answer is we need to create a grocery or market list when buying goods to save money and time. This also helps us not to forget what to buy. Question 3. What lessons or insights did you learn after doing this task? Our summarized answer is we need to create a menu plan to have a healthier life. And we need to create a grocery list to save our money and time. And also, not to forget what to buy. Question 4. Why do you think you need to learn the 4 basic operations in math based on this task? So, our summarized answer is it is important to learn 4 basic operations in math based on this task because this is part of our daily life or activities. Thank you. I hope you learned something today.
Good day, everyone. I'm Alphonse Matay Davy Babaw from grade 4 Fortitude. During the first quarter, we were tasking Christian living to make a blog about freedom, grace, theological virtues, and cardinal virtues. The goal is to help my fellow students to understand the connection of grace and freedom as well. As the difference of theological virtues and cardinal virtues on how it develops human conscience and personality. What I did was an interactive blog that discusses about freedom, grace, theological virtues, and cardinal virtues. From this performance task, I learned the core value of truth, joy, justice, and compassion. I now understand that with this core value, it will guide us to make the right decisions. Do what is good even if it's difficult and increase self-control and self-discipline. Thank you!
Hello, Kenyans! Today we are going to talk about grace and freedom, and also the difference between cardinal virtues and theological virtues. Are you guys ready to listen? Okay, let's start now. What is freedom? Freedom is a gift from God that helps us to make choices. With our freedom, we are able to make responsible decisions for ourselves. But even though we are free to do anything, we must remember to still make the right choices. Freedom always comes with great responsibility. While grace is a gift of favor that was given to us by God. It is the combination of love and mercy. This was given to us because of His unending love for humanity. Now that we already know what the true meaning of grace and freedom, let us now talk about the cardinal and theological virtues. Theological virtues is composed of faith, hope, and love. Faith is the strong response of men to God. It is also the strong belief that we have in God. We pray to God because of the faith that we have. Hope is the strong desire of a person to look forward that something good will happen every day. And love is something that we experience and feel to other people that makes us care for them, like love for our country, our family, and friends. While the cardinal virtues are composed of prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance. Prudence is what helps us to make the right decision in all situations. It guides us what to do or not to do. For example, when our friends ask us to play outside, but we are not allowed because we will do our assignments. Even though your parents are not around, you will stay at home because that is the right thing to do. Justice is what helps us deal with others with fairness and equality. It also makes us respect the right of others. For example, you had a seatwork at school and you don't know the answers. So you ask your seatmate to copy his answers. Then you are asked to recite and your answer is correct. And because you know that it is not right, you will tell the teacher that you cheated and the answer is not yours. Fortitude is what makes us do what is good even though there is difficulty to do so. It gives us strength to do good and avoid evil. For example, your sister went out with her friends and she did not ask permission from your parents. And she told you not to tell your parents. But you know that your mom and dad will get mad and it is a form of dishonesty. You will still tell it to your parents. Lastly is temperance. It makes us increase our self-control and self-discipline. It is a virtue that controls our unreasonable wants and cravings to things. For example, your father asks you not to drink the soda inside the refrigerator because it serves it for later.
and you really want to drink it, but you can control yourself. You will choose not to drink it because you're obedient. I hope that you learned something today. Thank you for watching. Bye!
Fellow Athenians, last quarter, Teacher Jovi asked us to deliver in class the poem, The Little Seed. I learned that a plant needs soil, sunlight, water, and air to help it grow. As an Athenian, I learned how to show love for nature and environment. I now understand that we need plants to live, so we should not cut any of them. Thank you. Goodbye. Seed for me to sow, a little earth to help it grow, a little sun, a little shower, a little wine, and then a flower.
Good day, Athenians! I am Lance Conan Davidson A. Dolde of Grade 2 Kindness. During the celebration of the Science and Mathematics Week 2020, we have this task called Dress Up as a Scientist, which helps us to develop holistically by sharing knowledge about the roles of scientists in our society. Instead of imitating someone, I have projected myself as an astronomer 20 years from now to further encourage kids like me to become a scientist. From this performance task, I have learned that science and its applications are part and integrated in our daily life. Furthermore, I have learned that to become a good agent of social transformation, we need to explore and think out of the box and not just confine ourselves within the four corners of our room. So, I hope you would enjoy watching my video. Thank you! Oh, you're already there! Hi, I am Conan, your resident astronomer, and welcome to my channel. Today, I will be taking you on a guided tour of the entire universe. Before we step into space, let us step back as I want to talk to you about science. Science is a body of knowledge and a method of how we learn that knowledge. Science tells us the stuff we know, but we may not perfectly know. We need to watch the universe and see how it behaves and make guesses of what is happening and why it is happening. Now that we know what is science, let us proceed on what astronomy is. But what is astronomy? This is not exactly an obvious thing to us, but when I was a kid, it was easy. Astronomy is the study of the things in the sky. The sun, the moon, the stars, the comets, and the galaxy. Because of astronomy, we know that we are standing in a sphere that is mostly made of molten rocks and metals. That is probably 150 million miles away from the sun. But who are we? We do look on a telescope. We observe and study objects
outside the Earth. The sun, the moon, the comets, and the galaxy. Back in the year 2020, when I was still in grade school, I observed that many things are happening on our world that scientists could not explain. Pandemic, earthquakes, strong typhoons, volcano eruptions, and many more. I became curious on why it happened, and after several years of observation and studies, I have came into conclusion that everything that happened is related to how our sun behaves, and in order for me to help the people on Earth, I dedicated my time studying the correlation of the sun's activity to what is happening around us. Today, we already know the impact of the solar cycle, specifically the phenomenon known as the solar minimum. We could already predict earthquakes and save lives. We now know the sun's activity impact our mental health. Our solar system is filled to overflowing with the most bizarre things we could ever imagine. We have come a long way. The lights in the sky are stars. There are other worlds aside from ours. Our galaxy is one from the 100 billion others. We have learned a lot, but there is still a long way to go. Let us continue to explore the universe. Again, I'm your resident astronomer, Lance Conan Davidson Dolde. See you next time! I am Conan, your resident astronomer, to talk to you about science! Science!
Aquinas, with voices glad we sing a praise to you. We hail you and thank you for shedding light on our life that ways. A sun so glorious shall be the guiding sun in years and days. That shall forever be a light in darkness that you brought. Aquinas, Aquinas, lead us on our way. Be our ideal and keep us in the loving care. We're alma mater, we're loyal, great and true. Once and forever. Lucas